Hey everybody! I'm finally gonna do a final Last Jedi trailer reaction. But without further ado, here goes mine. So, alright, here we go, and here we go. Give this guy a hold. Sorry.
When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
Alright, Snoke. Yes, Rey!
Something inside me has always been there. And I was awake. And I need help.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now. Let the past die. Kill it. If you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
Oh, Ben, you went there.
We have a spark. It'll light the fire. It'll burn the first order down.
Yes!
This is not going to go the way you think. Fulfill your destiny.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I'm not crying, you're crying. Okay. So, so much in there, and I think so, like, there's so many things, but like the big thing for me is I'm really interested to see what frightened Luke so much to not only take off, but like he doesn't want to seem to teach Rey, which people have been talking about for a while. So like, what happened? Who is he talking about this raw strength? I think the first instinct is to think of Kylo Ren, to think of Ben Solo, but maybe not. Maybe he's thinking back to his father or anything. Like he knows this isn't his family or whatever. We don't know what Luke has been doing for like a good 30 years. Like, I mean, even if we know a little bit about that, we can even shrink that. Say because I feel like the only people who kind of knew his whereabouts were Han and Leia, and they might have known what he was doing. Anyway, you could even get a good 15 years out of that where literally nobody knows what the hell he's doing. And if you think about Bloodlines specifically, I know there was this whole thing because they called into question when they found out Leia's true heritage, and there's all that stuff. If you've not read that novel, sorry I'm giving it away, but they wanted to call Luke into question about him, being the son of Darth Vader, and they're like, no, he's done his part for the galaxy for right now. You leave him alone and just let him do his thing. But what the hell has he been doing? Why is it like him and Loras and Tekka were good friends, and like Loras and Tekka was on Jakku, which is where Rey was? Why is that? I don't know. I don't think that Rey is Luke's daughter for 1 second. Firstly, I would really hope that he would just dump his daughter in some horrible desert planet to survive on her own, firstly. And secondly, more importantly, also here, and that, he doesn't want to seem to know or teach her or anything. I really would hope he would not treat his daughter like that, so, but who really knows? Other things, oh my god, Kylo Ren, he's like, let the past die, kill it if you have to. I'm sure that's something he's been telling himself. And I could go on and on about how I feel about him as a character and whatever. I've felt since The Force Awakens, like since I first saw that he was going to turn back to the light for various reasons, and I wanted to do, you know, like more exploration on that specifically. But so when he's saying that, I'm like, who is he saying that to? Is he saying that to himself? Is he saying that to Rey? Is that a conversation they're going to have? Which, spoiler alert for anybody who doesn't know or doesn't want to know, there was a rumor that Rey and Kylo Ren have a conversation on Ahch-To, and then Luke gets mad about it. So maybe that's the conversation he's having with her. And certainly, you know, and then the moment where he's like, you know, they show his face and then Leia's, I'm like, oh my god, I was like, you wouldn't dare shoot on that ship that you know your mother's on there, no! So that's why I'm crying. I think everybody's like kind of up in arms at the end. You know what? Firstly, it's a misdirect, and that's fine. So there's a couple things going on there. I will just say right now, and I probably should just clear this up for anybody, I really actually do think that there is a very strong... So firstly, I don't think Rey and Kylo Ren are related at all. Like, zero. Don't think they're related. Way back with The Force Awakens, way back before it came out and they had the dialogue from the toys and stuff, and I was listening to it, I thought, oh, it's like the Jaina, Jason Solo kind of dynamic. They're twins, maybe, so whatever. And like, you know, you don't know. And then I'm like, and when I saw The Force Awakens, I'm like, nah, they're not related. Not at all. There's no way. It's the dynamic that J.J. Abrams decided to create between, you know, Rey and Kylo Ren, and then the way he decided to have Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver do those parts. And there's so many telling things about the two of them in that film. And he did such a phenomenal job, and I want to go into that because the interrogation scene, the way it was done, the fight scene, the way it was done, the lightsaber duel at the end, is very, very specifically and strategically done in such a way for the two of them for you to see. And then if you take into account, which makes total sense, Rian Johnson's comments, I think it was the New York Times, where he's saying like Rey and Kylo Ren are like two sides of one thing, of one protagonist. I'm like, yes! Light side, dark side. You have a young woman on her start of the journey in the Force on the light side, and you have a young man who's almost there, almost at the end on the side of the dark side journey of his, you know, his journey with the Force. And so you have the two sides there. And what I thought was so unbelievably amazing about their lightsaber duel is like, these are two incredibly lost kids fighting for God knows what, and they're just going at it, and they don't care, and they don't know, and it was just amazing. And that's why I love that lightsaber duel, and the choreography was amazing. But anyway, that's like for another time, and I've gone too much into it. But I think the misdirect at the end of the trailer is huge. It means, I don't think it's going to mean exactly, I mean, a lot of people I'm sure are up in arms about it, but first of all, that's definitely two different scenes. I imagine that first scene where Rey's like, I need someone to show me my place and all this, which that's perfect and so very true, because the one thing that she really wants is belonging. We know that. And I feel like that's earlier in the film. Maybe she's talking to Luke or even to Chewie, who knows? And then, you know, the scene with Kylo Ren, you know, holding up his hand to offer to her, which he did offer at the end of The Force Awakens. I think that comes later in the film. I think that might be a conversation they have. And I mean, if anything, this is what I really think. I mean, at first I didn't think it, but I thought, like, because the timing doesn't work out correctly, but I thought he would come and extend that to her, and they would go, and I don't know at what point they would do whatever they're going to do, because Luke doesn't want to teach her and he's afraid of her. Okay, fine. And then, but then I had a thought of, what if that's a little bit earlier in the film than we think? You're trying to like sit there and grasp all the pieces of the background and what the hell is happening to like piece it together and be like, no, it's at this part of the movie, who knows? We don't really know. And I have to say, all the burning building stuff with Luke and like going, oh my god, with R2 and like, I always thought that was supposed to be like a force back of when like Ben first like destroyed everything as a kid. I don't think that's the case. I think that's going to be current and like it's going to happen in the film and in like the current timeline. And then on top of that, even more so, that might come in the middle of the film and she'll go with him and he'll bring her before Snoke, which would make sense because there's a scene or there's a shot of Snoke torturing her, and I think he's gonna be like, oh hell no, like I don't know what he's gonna know. He's gonna be lost like Vader was and just like kind of blindly doing what he's doing to his appeasing his master, bring her before him, and then Snoke's gonna do something nasty and like make your choice kind of thing, or just torture her. We don't know why. And then he's gonna be like, no, I don't want that. And he's gonna stop it. I really do. Again, so much has happened in The Force Awakens specifically where he wants to try and kind of protect her or put her away or whatever. Everybody talks about the interrogation scene as he was being like really invasive to her mind. He was, but I want to just call a couple, like, there's so much I could say about it. If you compare that to the way he kind of interrogated Poe, like, come on, there's a huge difference there. And that's on purpose. So just remember that. And then, I mean, there's more to it than that. But she means something to him, and she's valuable. So, and more than anything else, I feel very, very strongly that she is a Kenobi. I really, really hope for that. A lot of people have been saying that. I hope for that desperately. I think that would be an amazing, lovely, complete circle of having we have a grandson here of Darth Vader, of Anakin Skywalker. What better way we could have a nice, complete circle with the granddaughter of Obi-Wan Kenobi, his greatest beloved friend and brother. And I hope Luke changes his mind, because Obi-Wan sat on Tatooine for God knows how long, overlooking him as he grew up and like made sure the Skywalker twins were safely hidden and taken care of. And I don't know if it's in a comic or something, but Obi-Wan said, it gives me no greater pleasure than to make sure that the children of my best friend are safe. Like, I'm only too happy to do this. So as a Kenobi, it makes sense that she's gonna take care of Luke, get off my lawn, Skywalker, and Kylo Ren, because that would make sense. But on top of that, like, I would like to see Luke foster those teachings in her and take care of her and like just guide her, because why the hell not? Because Ben Kenobi did that for him, and why can't we return the favor for that same, return the favor of that legacy, that family, that friend? Why? I want to see that so badly. I really, really would like her to be a Kenobi. I know it's a strong theory. Another strong theory out there that a lot of people like is the Palpatine theory. I could go with that, but I like the Kenobi one better. Come on. It's so much better. There's this dynamic of the two kids, the two grandchildren. What better thing is that? Tell me that's not good. Oh my God. That's so friggin' poetic. That thing that broke them apart, that broke Anakin and Obi-Wan apart. What if after all that, like their grandchildren could come together and make it right again? How beautiful would that be? And even more so, I feel very convinced that we will be probably seeing some Force Ghost Anakin and Obi-Wan, and that'll make it even all more better. I hope you guys like this trailer. Yay, Porg, so cute! I love the little Porg cry, like the little screech. I was like, yes! I love it. Anyway, that's kind of what they look like on the dashboard of the Falcon. Anyway, yes, I love it. We've only got like less than 2 months to go before it comes out, so we'll see. Bye.